Y nos vamos para Centroamérica. Welcome back to another Central American Voices podcast. Today we are with Karina Magallon, a Panamanian-American singer. Thank you so much for being here.
So happy to be here.
Yeah, I'm so excited to have you. I think to get here it was so many things, which is a cute story of finding you on social media, then meeting at a camp, but not knowing who each other were, and then you sliding on the DMs, and now we're here.
Yeah, slid in the DMs.
So you grew up in Houston, Texas. Mm-hmm. How was for you growing up in a Panamanian household in Houston, Texas?
It was wonderful. I grew up with my cousins. I have not that much family in Houston, but my parents and we all started making our family there. So I had a couple cousins, a couple aunts, and then just aunts who weren't blood related, but they were like my aunts and my uncles, and are just a community of people in Houston. It's super diverse. So I grew up in a community that was very diverse, and I was so fortunate to be around just wonderful people. And my parents were really proud to be Panamanian and embracing who they are, and they really passed that down to my sister and I, and they showed us about our culture, about history, about the music, and we were exposed to just all different kinds of genres, especially at home, where my mom and my dad, they were solamente en español, only in Spanish can we talk here, and you could talk English when you get out of this house, but in order to learn both languages at the same time, it was home and in family you speak Spanish, and at school you learn English. And my mom's a Spanish teacher, so that really helped too. She would actually she wasn't supposed to do this, but she was really skeptical about babysitters at the time. So during summer school, she would dress me up as a school kid and take me to her school. She's retired now, so she can't get in trouble. But she would take me, and I would be a student, but I really didn't go there. But and I would be learning Spanish in her classes.
Oh, okay.
She was teaching Spanish classes for kids who were wanting to learn English, and so that's how I learned how to write. And honestly, I'm so grateful for that, because now I get to write in both languages.
Love that. I think it's your mom was oh, let's just take my kid to school, to work. And
I liked being with my mom. I was ooh, this is fun. And I wanted to learn.
Yeah.
And yeah, you get tangled in two languages for a little bit. But I think that's normal. When you start learning a new language in general, you start kind of fluctuating between both until you separate them.
Yeah. And then you talked a little bit about the music influence of your family from the Panamanian. What was those type of influence that they kind of passed down to you, and how those influence now help you find your path to music?
Different kinds of Latin genres were the ones that my parents listened to. My mom really liked Latin pop, but we also listened to reggae in español, so it'd be that rhythm, the drums. My dad likes to play drums, even though he's not professional, but he likes to play drums, and we were just I think Latin music has so much Latin culture has so much music part of it, so I just started catching on. When my great grandma passed away, on my mom's side, I'm the only person who is musically inclined. Mm-hmm. So when she passed away, they gave me her old vinyl records.
Oh, wow.
Because every time I'd go to her house, I would look at the vinyls and just be who is Agustin Lara? Who's Toña La Negra? Mm-hmm. And just wish I could play it. And when she passed away, they gave them all to me. And I started listening to all these old school boleros and different styles, and I fell in love with the way that they were writing and describing love in such a beautiful, poetic way. And I think that it influenced a lot of how I write and my influences vocally.
When do you kind of discover a little bit of, okay, music is not just something I just want to listen, or what just the vinyls, or it's something that is like play in the living room? Like when you were like, I want to create this, was that at a young age or was later in life?
Like, I want to create music.
Like you like follow the path of music?
The path of music, I think I've always known. I think from the moment I stepped on stage when I was little, that was like, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life. Creating music was different. I didn't know how people created music. I was just like having fun playing and singing with my dad, and then I saw Taylor Swift, and there was like videos of her making music, and it hadn't occurred to me that like, oh, people, this is how things are done. So then I started wanting to like write things. So I would like videotape myself with melodies I came up with, and then like started writing lyrics, then eventually learned different instruments like piano, guitar, and then, but I like kept them to myself. I didn't start showing people until like 6 years ago.
Oh, wow.
And then that's when I started my artistry, and like really like, I just started putting more energy into that, like writing every day for like a year and a half, actually, maybe 2. Just to try to get better. And I think it paid off.
Yeah.
Maybe the first song wasn't that great, but after like maybe 10, 15, it started getting a lot better. One thing led to the other.
Yeah. And then you went to study, let me see, at Belmont University in Nashville. How was the experience for you? Because that's completely different from Houston.
Yeah.
You know, even though like you just mentioned like Taylor Swift, and I know Taylor Swift is in Nashville, you know, but it's like that's a complete different thing. Like, how was that experience for you?
How so?
Like going to like, because you study music there, like how was for you studying music in that environment?
It was a really nice environment. It was a safe environment too. I felt like there was a lot of things that I got to learn there, a lot of instructors I got to learn from, experiences. I was still trying to find myself too during this time, and I think it gave me a lot of support to do that and see what I liked and what I didn't and who I was. I feel like the more that I started learning more about myself, like all the tools and the things I was learning there about music just all have compiled up to also create who I am today.
Was through school that you learned like your sound, or was that like later after you graduated and you started like more focusing on your artistry?
After.
During
school, I think that during school, I actually changed my major for a little bit.
Oh.
I wanted to be a music therapist, I thought. But I was really I was negating my own talents. And I was abandoning it. Like, I would sing only for a grade and like for school and when I felt like I should. But I stopped creating artistry for like coming from me, but I was always looking at different things and still learning and be like, if I was an artist, this is what I would do. And I think it was also part of that I was like sorting through some personal things, and when I sorted through it, and I went through some hard times during college, after I like was able to like get better from that, it like opened my eyes and it changed my eyes. I was like, whoa, what am I doing? I was always meant to be an artist and to do all these creative things. I need to stop what I'm doing and put my full energy into that. I think God has called me to do this stuff. I think I needed to learn certain things first and establish that foundation before being able to like be an artist and have a message and know what I want to say.
Yeah.
And I'm really grateful for that experience that I was able to like go through and learn from.
I think it's what you talk is very important, because a lot of times working with artists and just in general, we always get to a point where just like, what if this is not a path, and we start like, what if there's something else? What if like you said, like music therapy, which is kind of the same but not the same. I had to learn also about music therapy. Like I think I have an interview with someone who's a music therapist.
That's cool.
And and that you were like, okay, I have to go through those obstacles, those hardships in life, but then to realize like, no, I was always meant to do that.
Yeah.
It's kind of like coming back home. You know what I mean?
It did feel like that.
Okay.
And then I actually had to go home.
Well, it was a whole flight home.
It was like the global pandemic. It was like, I'm okay, I changed my major. I'm like, I'm ready. Boom. And I'm like, okay, you know what? I've been through worse. So, but like, I can still, like, nothing's going to stop me now. Like, anything could happen. It's like, nothing's going to stop me because I just felt like the God with, I'm religious. Yeah. So I felt like God's with me. And as long as he's with me and guiding me into this journey and wherever I'm supposed to go, I'm okay.
Yeah.
So I'm not afraid.
Yeah.
Although sometimes I have been afraid, but I still do it anyway. I think that's a journey too as an artist. It's like sometimes you're afraid to take the next step, or maybe you will fall if you take the next step. But then you fall and you kind of scream a little bit, and then you like you don't hurt yourself. You like land, you know, and then something awesome happens because you took that step, because you took that risk. And so that's what I've learned from this journey, is just to always trust your instincts. And I've been right because I've been able to do all this stuff. I would have never have imagined from, like, only in my dreams. And I know there's more things that I'm going to do, and it's going to be wonderful and going to bring a lot of good in people's lives.
Yeah. And then you mentioned that you went home, which I went to. So that's after you changed majors. Yeah. How was that now? Like, you know, okay, you took a leap of faith. Let's continue. I want to be an artist. Let's continue this music path. How was now doing it within the home atmosphere? Like, how was support from your parents, or how was that?
I turned 18 and I went right to college. So it was different coming back home. I hadn't lived at home. It was an adjustment. But then they started to get to know me as an adult, which was different. And it was the circumstances, so we all understood. It was a good thing because there's a lot of people that I was meeting online that I ended up meeting here in LA, and like longtime collaborators. I learned how to produce. I was like, I don't want to learn how to produce. At first I was like starting to learn, but then I like had to learn. Yeah. So,
sometimes you have to.
Now I love it.
Yeah, okay.
Now I love it. It was just great to have been able to do that.
Yeah. And for, you know, because I listen to your music and I'm like, okay, it's like, it's all very like empowerment, very like dreamy. How would you describe your sound, and what makes that unique to you?
I think you said it really well.
Okay. So I was right. I'm playing.
You like got it. Yeah, it's like dreamy, feel good. A lot of it is like an escapism. A lot of the songs are really part of an album that I've been working on, that I've been releasing as singles. And like the newer stuff, it's about like an island that you could like go to, and you follow your dreams, or you could be yourself, or anything is possible. Possibilities are limitless. And I put a lot of like my culture in it, like singing in English and Spanish, and because I feel in both, and I feel like a lot of people feel in both too. And even if you don't speak either language, you can feel the emotions through music, and that's universal. I've like learned after I finished this album that it's really about, you know, healing your inner child and everything that you go through. And I feel like I want people to like feel that too, feel empowered and positive after hearing my music.
Yeah, and I think you do accomplish that, because I remember like I was listening, I was like, ooh, like it's just those like happy that like I can accomplish everything. Like, oh yeah, put it AM. Put it in the AM.
You're like, I feel myself. Yeah, I glow. I put this on my glow up playlist. Yeah.
No, my manifestation at like 6 a.m. You know. And now like that you're talking about your sound and writing process, how does the writing process is for you? Because we were talking like off camera how like I really love seeing artists on writing. I think it's like, it's how, you know, maybe other people will see filmmaking for us, you know, or like podcasts in the prep, or, you know, and all, or, you know, dancers or any type of art, you know. so seeing like an artist come up like with music, with like this bridge, with the sound, what how the enunciation of this word, or like, you know, or even come up with a topic, you know what I mean? I feel like it comes out of the most, it's just, you know, it just starts like that, and it's like then you see someone else like and then the other, like, to me that is so impressive. No. But I've been in the room when they're getting ready, which this is why I'm asking, because I honestly really enjoy looking at it, because when I love music, and when I'm listening to music, I really appreciate the lyrics. I love, of course, the instrumentation and like the vocal things, but a lot of times it's like the lyrics who catch me. So and I see that in your songs, so there's very meaningful to also like very personal. So how does the songwriting process for you, and like the inspiration and like those cultural blends that you bring, because you also have Spanish, English, and a mix of both?
I am someone who doesn't like writing the same way all the time. I like to be able to write in different ways every single time that I write. There are times where, yeah, it's melody first. Sometimes it's the beat that inspires the melody. Or sometimes I had a song title and I was like, I'm gonna write a song and it's gonna be titled this. Or sometimes I have no idea and I'm like, okay. Well, I go into my notes app and I'm like, here are all the song titles that I found.
Why every artist has the note app?
It's fast.
Yeah.
I type in something that rhymes with my word and I'm like, da, da, da. There it is. Found it. You know, like sometimes other times it just comes out. There's been times where like maybe there's I dreamt it a song, or maybe I started playing on piano and the words in the chorus came out. It really just depends on the song, and I always pray before, because I'm like, whatever I needs to be said at the song, may that be it. Whether it comes from my head or the producers or the collaborators, wherever wherever it needs to be, let it come. And so that's my ritual. It helps me feel better too. Yeah. Sometimes it's like you feel a lot of pressure in the moment, just like, oh my god, I have to write this song. Sometimes there are times where like I have 4 hours and you have to produce everything in less than that. And you get nervous, but you're like, for me, it's like, the more I trust myself, the more ideas I have.
I think that's also like very interesting, because I feel like artists put a lot of pressure of like the next single, that, you know, just the internet, the industry, always finding the single, you know, that single. It's, you know, and like you said, like I love the praying for like whatever needs to be in this song. It's gonna be whatever needs to be transmitted through the words or the beats or everything. How do you navigate that pressure, and as a bilingual artist through the industry, how is navigating the industry?
How is navigating the industry?
And the industry and the pressure of creating like music at the fast speed that they want, people want.
Yeah. I created in silence. So I always look like I'm doing something, and yeah, it is true. But like, for example, I have one song coming out, but I've already created like the next 7 songs. So that gives me enough time too. Like if I want to work on other songs or other creative things, I'm okay, because I have these other songs that are already in queue. So I'm not doing all of it at once, so that it takes off a little pressure off of myself, and lets me to work on future projects, other projects, the things I want to do. That's how I've been doing it for my own mental health well-being. It's a lot to do it as an independent artist. And I know like other artists, like they'll just like whip out a single all like once a month, things like that. But I think that's really quickly gets you to burnout for me.
Yeah.
Other people can do it, but for me, that's been my way so far. That way I could still stay in my headspace and not feel that immense pressure. Though I have written like a lot in a short amount of time, but I also had the support to create it in a short amount of time.
Yeah.
Navigating, Oh, I wanted to also say, like, English and Spanish, the writing in those two. Sometimes it's like the song's supposed to be in English and I'll just write in English. Other times it's supposed to be in Spanish. Sometimes I'm like writing in English and then I'm like, I don't know what else to say. What rhymes with this? Okay, what about something in Spanish? What if that rhymes? And then I should change it. And I was like, never mind, the whole verse is in Spanish and that's how I like it. Or like one time it's like all in English and then I wrote a Spanish version. And then I picked the parts that I liked the best from both versions. And then I mixed them. And sometimes they come together. Sometimes it's like an English, and then I'm like, I feel it in Spanish. It was like, okay, there.
So it's just whatever flows natural.
Yeah, I like to have whatever flows natural. I have endless ideas, so I'm never gonna run out.
Yeah, like I have songs for a long time.
Yeah. If I feel like I'm stuck, I think you just gotta gaslight yourself, and then you start thinking more. I think it's a mental game sometimes. How you navigate the industry with like Spanglish songs, things like that. Sometimes, honestly, people are really receptive to it. I feel like people have, over the years, have been like really open to listening to like Latin music, and even like when people are like, I didn't really understand your song, but I understood your song. And that's how it's supposed to feel. So, and I feel like, growing up first generation, like you feel in two languages. So your voice is the same in both a lot of times. Not all the time, but sometimes. So it just feels like an extra tool of self-expression, and people can feel that. I think other times, like, I can see like some people feel pigeonholed having to like make a certain type of music or a certain sound. But I think the more authentic you are to yourself, the more people are going to gravitate to you. I started with different genres in the beginning, and the more that I have created music that is more representative of like who I am, I feel like the more people connect.
Yeah. And I think that that's also beautiful, and it also about like you knowing yourself, you knowing your sound, being authentic of what you like and not trying to fit a box. Because I feel like when moving to industries that are so big and like, first generation, if you're the first person in your family doing that, I think it's very easy to fall into the stick like, well, if that industry that I want to follow is doing that, I should do that. But it's like, then you lose yourself. And I think that is when a lot of pressure, a lot of overthinking, and a lot of like burnout comes from, because you're not creating from a point of being authentic or from your own experiences, or just expressing yourself. And I always say like art, it's a form of expression, and it's so wide and like open and free that like, why put it in a box?
Yeah.
And I wanted to ask, you have a new single coming up.
I do.
We were gonna talk about Supernova, which is the previous single, but
Yes.
but she came into the studio and said, I have a new single. That other one already is doing the run. The other one, you can already listen to it.
I'm gonna still be talking.
Okay.
But you're right.
Yeah. Yeah.
I did come in like that.
But I love that, So talk about, let's talk a little bit about Supernova, which was your latest single. But by the time this episode comes out, you're gonna have a new single called
Mira. Mira.
Yes, just like that,
Okay, muy fácil, but
Yeah, that's so sorry.
I'm so like, this is me. Like, on
Yeah, I love
stage,
that.
I'm just like kind of this.
Yeah.
Thing, and then on stage, I'm like diva. Yes, let's go.
Do you have like alter persona? Like,
I didn't realize this, but
Okay.
people say I do.
okay, do you have a name? Like, Beyonce has Sasha Fierce.
So far, like, since it's the same as my real name, I've just been differentiating myself, because it's like, it's hard to be the creator. I feel like myself the creator of my artist. So I call myself Karina the artist. And that's how I like, so I'm like creating her and like, okay, what is she gonna look like? It's a little bit better if I see myself out. And maybe it's like a painter. it's like a painter. They're painting their thing. Like they are the artists themselves, but the work is what they're creating the world. And so that's how I see myself on stage. I don't know. I've always had that kind of different persona, but it's they're both me.
Yeah.
I don't feel like I like putting on a character.
Yeah.
They're just like different parts of who I am.
Yeah. Love that. So now a little bit of, okay, Karina the artist. What is Supernova? Let's talk about Supernova.
So Supernova, it's a song I created because I wanted to, it's a song about expressing how somebody else is special and rare to you. So it's like, you're a supernova and you mean so much to me. And I made up this story, actually. It was supposed to be a self-empowering song, but then it turned about love, and I loved it. And so I wanted to be like, when you come to my shows, so we could all like sing Supernova to each other, and like it would be like a fun thing that we like supernova, supernova, and we're just like, it's just dancing. I just wanted a song where we could all just like enjoy each other's presence, because it's, when we're all together in shows like that, it's just such an intimate thing. It's special.
Love that. And then because Supernova came out right now, like February? Was it February?
Yes.
Okay, February. And then the new single's coming out right now in April 17th. Yes. April 17th. Explain the inspiration and the story behind Mírame.
So Mírame is that moment where you stop fighting and you choose each other again in a relationship or just in life. So it's kind of a sensual song, but I took a lot of inspiration from like Latin R&B and just like mixing it with like a little bit of old school like bolero type vibes. And I you know, it's a little bit, I seem so like open about it, but it's I did grow up a little bit more, you know, like I'm from Texas. We're a little more conservative in the way we dress and the way we express like our sensuality down there. So it's definitely been a little bit more out of the box to like express myself in this way. It's not overly sensual, but it's very beautiful. It's romantic, and I like to bring back like old school romance in that way.
I love that. I love that about bolero R&B and like old romance. I think like we need a lot of inspiration of that. And when it comes to, okay, so it's coming out April 17th. Is there? Can we have a sneak peek?
Yes. We can have a sneak peek. You want me to sing it live, or you want to like hear it?
Whatever you decide.
Okay. Let's see. I wonder if this is the right key. I don't have perfect pitch.
I mean, you sounded great.
Thank you.
To us, it sounds like perfect pitch.
Okay, so it goes. Mírame, I got some candles on, baby, let's have some fun. Looking glowy only for you, mírame, no me hagas esperar, quédate un rato más. Si te vas, no hay vuelta atrás. Maybe tomorrow you drive me crazy, pero quiero que me digas, baby, mírame, no one makes me feel like you do.
Oh, that was so cute. Stop, I need it on my playlist already. That was so good. Applause. About everybody.
Thank you.
That was so good. So good.
You're so sweet.
No, thank you so much for sharing that, and I'm so excited for you, for the new journey of that. And before we close the episode, I have a little bit of fire question.
Okay.
Fire questions. So, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. I'm not gonna ask you a random bad questions. So I'm gonna say a little feeling, and you're gonna tell me what song from you they should listen base if they are X.
Okay.
So, what song they should listen if they are feeling confident?
Divina.
What song they should listen if they're falling in love?
Avión.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm like, okay. Stop on girly. What song they should listen if they are heartbroken?
Sea Level. Yeah. Yes. Sea Level. So yes. So you never go back to them. Yes. I could do another one, but no, that one. So you never go back to them.
Exactly. What song they should listen if they are dreaming big?
Lucid. You did that on purpose.
Poquito.
Lucid dreaming.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you so much. Before we close, do you want to tell them where to find you? I know we're gonna have the your single once this episode's out. I'm gonna link it down below so you can go listen. But where they can find you, how can they support you? And yeah.
Okay. You can find me on all platforms under Karina Magallon. And you can support me by following me on social media. And you can say hi. I'm not a stranger. Well, I am. Okay. And and then you can support me by adding me to your playlist, listening to my songs, sharing my music, and yeah. And signing up for my email list if you like.
Yay! Do you have any upcoming shows or anything?
I might be having an upcoming show sometime soon. So just keep an eye out on my profile.
Follow her so you can go to the show.
Yeah. You can see more like silliness like this followed by like, yes. You know?
Period. Well, thank you so much, Karina. Yay.
Thank you.
Okay. Well, that was so nice.
Y nos vamos para Centroamérica.